The content focuses purely on the core topic: 9 things women should never do for a man, with one bonus at the end. I've made it more engaging by adding storytelling, relatable scenarios, rhetorical questions, emotional emphasis, practical examples, deeper explanations, and pauses for reflection to naturally stretch it toward 25 minutes when spoken at a natural pace, around 130-150 words per minute. The tone is empowering, conversational, direct, and motivational, designed to hook viewers and keep them watching. Video script: 9 things women should never do for a man that kill attraction and respect. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into something that can completely transform how you show up in relationships. We're talking about 9 things women should never do for a man. Behaviors that might feel like love in the moment, but often end up pushing him away, eroding respect, and leaving you feeling undervalued and exhausted. These aren't random rules. They're patterns that show up over and over again in relationships where attraction fades, where women feel like they're chasing instead of being pursued, and where self-respect takes a hit. If you've ever wondered why a guy who seems so into you suddenly pulls back, or why you keep ending up in one-sided dynamics, this is for you. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll have clear boundaries to protect your energy, your worth, and the kind of love you truly deserve. Let's jump in. No fluff, just real talk. Number 1, don't become the female version of him. Picture this. You meet a guy who's obsessed with hiking, craft beer, and action movies. Suddenly, you're posting about trails you never cared about before, trying IPAs even though you prefer wine, and binge-watching the same Marvel films he loves. At first, it feels like bonding, shared interests. But fast forward a few months, and the relationship ends. Next thing you know, you're with someone new who loves indie films and yoga, and boom, you're all about that now too. This isn't compatibility, it's shape-shifting, it's people-pleasing on steroids. When you mold yourself to fit his world, you lose what makes you you, your quirks, your passions, your unique spark. And here's the harsh truth. Men are drawn to women who have their own fire, their own life. When you become a mirror instead of a partner with your own light, you become replaceable. The fix? Enjoy things together? Sure. Try his favorite spot or watch one episode of his show, but never abandon your own hobbies, friends, or tastes just to prove you're the one. Being irreplaceable means staying true to who you are, even if that means having different opinions on pineapple on pizza. Ask yourself, if he disappeared tomorrow, would I still love the life I'm building? If the answer's no, you're in dangerous territory. Number 2, don't hide your intellect. This one hits hard for so many smart, accomplished women. You meet a great guy, and suddenly you're simplifying your thoughts, laughing off deep topics, or pretending you don't have strong opinions because you don't want to intimidate him. But let's be real. If a man feels threatened by your brain, that's his insecurity, not your problem. Dumbing yourself down creates resentment over time. You start feeling like you're settling for surface-level conversations when you crave depth. You hold back ideas that could spark amazing discussions, and the connection stays shallow. Think about it. The best relationships thrive on mutual stimulation. Mental, emotional, everything. When you show up fully, sharing your insights, challenging ideas respectfully, debating passionately, you invite a deeper bond. If he can't handle that, he's not the right fit. Don't shrink to fit his comfort zone. Own your intelligence. It's one of the sexiest things about you. Number 3, don't become Mom 2.0. We've all seen it, or maybe lived it. You start picking up after him, reminding him of deadlines, managing his schedule, fixing his problems like he's a kid who needs guidance. At first, it feels nurturing. But soon, you're exhausted, he's dependent, and the spark is gone. A grown man should handle his own life, finances, chores, goals. When you step into the mother role, the dynamic shifts from equal partners to parent-child. He might even start resenting the nagging while you feel unappreciated for all your effort. This doesn't mean never being thoughtful. Cooking a meal when he's stressed, helping with something occasionally, that's partnership. But balance is key. Both of you contribute. You feel valued, not like a maid or life coach. Protect your energy. A healthy relationship lifts you both up, not drains one person dry. Number 4, don't put your dreams on hold. Compromise is normal. Maybe you delay a trip or adjust plans together. But sacrificing your big goals entirely? That's a no. I've heard stories of women turning down promotions, pausing education, or moving cities for his job, only to watch him thrive while their own ambitions collect dust. Years later, resentment builds because they feel like they gave up their identity. The right man celebrates your success. He's your cheerleader, not your roadblock. He wants you shining bright because it makes the relationship stronger. If supporting his dreams means dimming yours permanently, that's not love. It's sacrifice disguised as loyalty. Keep pursuing what lights you up. A real partner will run alongside you, not hold you back. Number 5, stop avoiding conflict. Here's a powerful truth. If you hide your pain from your partner, you may have peace in the relationship, but you'll create a war in your mind. So many women swallow disagreements to keep the peace. They fear rocking the boat will make him leave, but healthy couples disagree. They express feelings respectfully, listen, and grow from it. Avoiding conflict builds walls. Small issues fester into big explosions. If he's the type who yells, stonewalls, or dismisses you during arguments, that's not okay. Walk away from that. But in a good relationship, your voice matters. Speak up calmly, own your feelings, and expect the same in return. Conflict handled well actually builds trust and intimacy. Silence kills it. Number 6, don't fully rely on him financially. Financial independence isn't about being rich. It's about freedom and security. When your entire lifestyle depends on him, power imbalances creep in. Some guys encourage it sweetly. Babe, quit your job. I'll take care of you. It sounds romantic until arguments arise and money becomes a control tool. Suddenly you're stuck, afraid to leave because, how will I survive? Build your own safety net. Career, savings, skills. Contribute to the relationship as an equal. It keeps respect alive and lets you stay because you want to, not because you have to. True partnership thrives on mutual independence. Number 7, don't excuse his bad behavior. This is huge. You see the red flags, lying, inconsistency, disrespect, but you rationalize. He's just stressed. That's how he is. He didn't mean it. When you excuse hurtful actions, you're teaching him it's okay. You're choosing his love over your self-respect. Over time, it erodes your boundaries and self-worth. Call it out. Hold him accountable. If he changes, great. If not, protect yourself. You deserve consistency, kindness, and honesty. Don't gaslight yourself into accepting less. Number 8, don't isolate yourself. One of the sneakiest ways relationships turn toxic, slowly cutting off your world. You stop texting friends, skip family events, make his circle your only one. Life becomes him. His moods, his plans, his friends. If things go south, you're alone with no support. Maintain your people, friends, family, hobbies. A balanced life makes you stronger and more attractive. Healthy partners encourage your independence, not shrink it. Never let one person become your everything. Number 9, avoid uncomfortable intimacy. Intimacy should feel safe, exciting, mutual. But some push boundaries, guilt-tripping, pressuring for things you're not ready for. making you feel prudish if you say no. This often stems from unrealistic expectations, porn-influenced ideas of what women should do, but your comfort comes first. Consent is ongoing. If it feels off, say no, without apology. A loving partner respects your limits. They don't manipulate or downplay your feelings. Protect your body and boundaries. Real connection builds on trust, not coercion. Bonus Thakur 10. Never send naked selfies or any compromising pics. In today's world, once it's out there forever. Technology changes fast. Hacks, revenge, breakups. Don't risk it. If he wants to see you, let it happen in person when trust is earned. Keep your privacy sacred. There you have it. 10 powerful boundaries to protect your heart, your respect, and your power in any relationship. Implementing even a few can shift everything. You attract what you tolerate, so raise your standards. You deserve a love that adds to your life, not one that costs your soul. Which one resonated most? Drop it in the comments. I read them all. If this helped, share it with a friend who needs it. Take care of yourself first. You've got this. See you next time. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving even deeper into a topic that can truly revolutionize your approach to relationships. We're exploring 9 things women should never do for a man. Those subtle, often well-intentioned behaviors that might seem like acts of love, but end up sabotaging attraction, eroding mutual respect, and leaving you feeling drained, undervalued, and stuck in a cycle of chasing rather than being cherished. And trust me, this isn't just surface-level advice. We're going to unpack each one with real-life scenarios, psychological insights, practical tips, and empowering takeaways so you can spot these patterns in your own life and make lasting changes. Why does this matter so much? In the world of dating and long-term partnerships, it's easy to fall into traps where you're giving everything to prove your worth, only to realize it's pushing the right kind of connection further away. These habits don't just affect your romantic life. They impact your self-esteem, your independence, and even your overall happiness. If you've ever felt like you're pouring from an empty cup, wondering why the spark fades or why you end up feeling taken for granted, stick around. By the end of this, you'll have a toolkit of boundaries that help you attract healthy, reciprocal love instead of settling for less. We'll cover each point thoroughly, with stories to illustrate, questions to reflect on, and steps to implement right away. Let's get into it. Starting strong. Number 1, don't become the female version of him. Imagine this scenario. You've just started dating someone new. He's a diehard fan of rock climbing, spicy Thai food, and late-night sci-fi marathons. At first, it's exciting. You tag along on a climb, even though heights make your stomach flip, and you start ordering extra hot curries to match his taste. Before long, your social media is filled with posts about your new favorite hobby, and you're quoting lines from movies you barely watched before. It feels like you're building this perfect, harmonious world together. But fast forward 6 months, and the relationship hits a rough patch. You break up, and suddenly, with your next partner, who's into jazz concerts and Italian cuisine, you're transforming again, sipping espresso and raving about saxophone solos. This chameleon-like adaptation isn't building genuine compatibility. It's a form of people-pleasing that stems from a fear of rejection or a belief that opposites don't attract. Psychologically, it's rooted in attachment styles, often anxious ones, where you prioritize merging identities over maintaining your own. The problem? When you erase your unique edges to fit his mold, you lose the very essence that made you intriguing in the first place. Men, like anyone, are drawn to authenticity. The woman who has her own playlists, her own weekend rituals, her own unapologetic opinions. By becoming his echo, you risk becoming interchangeable. just another version of what he already knows. But here's where it gets deeper. This behavior can lead to internal conflict. You might start resenting the things you've adopted, feeling like a fraud, or worse, losing touch with your core self. Studies on relationship satisfaction show that couples with complementary differences, where each brings something new to the table, report higher levels of passion and longevity. So, how do you avoid this? First, reflect on your motivations. Ask yourself, am I genuinely interested in this, or am I doing it to win approval? Second, nurture your individuality. Keep up with your book club, your yoga classes, or whatever lights you up independently. Share experiences. Yes, try his favorite band once, but don't abandon yours. If he loves soccer and you prefer ballet, celebrate that contrast. It keeps things dynamic. Remember, true compatibility isn't about being identical. It's about respecting and enjoying the differences. By staying true to you, you become irreplaceable, not just another fan in the crowd. Number 2, don't hide your intellect. This one is a silent killer in so many relationships, especially for ambitious, intelligent women who've achieved a lot in their careers or personal growth. You might find yourself in conversations where you bite your tongue, simplify your explanations, or even pretend to agree with something you know is off base, all because you sense he might feel outshined or intimidated. Maybe he's making a point about politics or science, and instead of sharing your well-researched counterview, you nod along with a vague, "Yeah, that makes sense." Why do we do this? Often, it's societal conditioning, messages that tell women to be approachable or not too much, lest they scare off potential partners. But let's flip the script. If a man's ego is so fragile that your smarts threaten him, that's a red flag waving wildly about his insecurities, not a reflection of your value. Hiding your intellect doesn't just dim your light, it breeds resentment. You end up in shallow exchanges, craving intellectual stimulation that never comes, feeling like you're settling for a connection that's all surface and no substance. Over time, this can lead to emotional disconnection, where you seek fulfillment elsewhere, maybe through friends or work, leaving the relationship feeling hollow. Consider the flip side. When you unleash your full intellectual self, you invite richer, more meaningful interactions. Think of iconic couples throughout history, or even in modern media, partners who challenge each other, debate ideas, and grow together. Research from relationship experts like John Gottman highlights that mutual respect for each other's minds is a cornerstone of lasting love. So, how to break the habit? Start small. In your next conversation, share a thoughtful insight without apology. If he responds positively, great, it's a green light. If he shuts down or dismisses, note it as incompatibility. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your brain power. Read books on assertiveness, like the Assertiveness Workbook, to build confidence in voicing your thoughts. Ultimately, your intellect is a superpower. Own it, and the right man will be captivated, not cowed. Number 3, don't become Mom 2.0. The nurturing trap. It's one of the most common pitfalls, especially for empathetic women who naturally want to care for those they love. You start by picking up his scattered clothes, then reminding him about doctor's appointments, managing his budget because he's bad with money, and even motivating him to chase his career goals. It feels maternal, protective, like you're being the ultimate supportive partner. But slowly, the dynamic shifts. He leans on you more, expects you to handle everything. And you're burned out, feeling like a caretaker rather than an equal. This role reversal kills romance because it disrupts the balance of attraction. In healthy dynamics, both partners are adults capable of self-management. When you step into mom mode, it can foster dependency, where he becomes demanding or entitled, and you feel invisible, your efforts go unnoticed or unappreciated. Psychologically, this often ties back to codependency patterns, where your self-worth gets linked to fixing or enabling him. And let's not ignore the gender stereotypes at play. Society often pushes women into caregiver roles, but in relationships, this can lead to imbalance and even resentment on both sides. That said, kindness isn't off limits. Thoughtful gestures like surprising him with his favorite meal after a tough day or helping brainstorm a work issue are part of loving partnership. The key is reciprocity and boundaries. Does he do the same for you? Is your energy being replenished or depleted? To avoid this, set clear expectations early. Encourage his independence by stepping back sometimes. If he forgets something, let natural consequences teach him. Focus on your own self-care, therapy, hobbies, whatever recharges you. A balanced relationship means both of you adulting together, supporting without smothering. When you protect your role as partner, not parent, the respect and passion stay alive. Number 4, don't put your dreams on hold. Compromise is the glue of any solid relationship. Maybe you skip a weekend getaway to attend his family event, or you adjust your schedule for date nights. But there's a vast difference between flexible teamwork and outright sacrifice, where you shelve your ambitions entirely to prop up his. I've seen this play out in countless stories. A woman pauses her master's degree to follow him for his job relocation, or she turns down a dream opportunity because it doesn't align with his timeline. At first, it seems noble, a sign of commitment, but months or years later, bitterness creeps in. You watch him soar while your goals gather dust, feeling like you've lost a piece of yourself. This imbalance isn't just unfair, it's unsustainable. Healthy love amplifies your potential, not diminishes it. The right partner sees your success as a win for both of you, becoming your loudest advocate. Research from positive psychology shows that individuals in supportive relationships achieve more because they feel secure to take risks. Putting dreams on hold can lead to regret, lower self-esteem, and even relationship breakdowns when the what-ifs become too loud. So, safeguard your aspirations. Communicate openly. I support you, but I need to pursue this too. How can we make it work? Prioritize mutual growth. Perhaps alternate who takes the lead on big moves. Build a vision board for your goals. Revisit it regularly and involve him if it feels right. If he's an obstacle rather than an ally, reconsider. Your dreams aren't optional. They're essential to the vibrant woman he fell for. Honor them and watch how it strengthens everything else. Number 5, stop avoiding conflict. Conflict gets a bad rap, but avoiding it is like ignoring a leaking roof. It starts small, but leads to major damage. Many women sidestep disagreements, swallowing frustrations to keep the peace, fearing it'll escalate into a fight or, worse, abandonment. You might think, it's not worth it, or he'll get over it. But inside, those unvoiced pains build, creating emotional distance and internal turmoil. As the saying goes, if you hide your pain from your partner, you may have peace in the relationship, but you'll create a war in your mind. Healthy relationships aren't conflict-free, they're conflict-smart. Disagreements, when handled respectfully, foster understanding and closeness. They show vulnerability and trust, that you value the bond enough to address issues. Bottling up leads to passive aggression, resentment, or sudden blow-ups. And if his response to conflict is explosive, yelling, breaking things, or shutting down, that's not normal. It's toxic, and you deserve better. To shift this, practice assertive communication. Use I statements. I feel hurt when, instead of accusations. Pick battles wisely. Not every annoyance needs addressing, but don't ignore core values. Role play with a friend or journal your thoughts first. Books like Crucial Conversations can teach tools for productive dialogue. Remember, a partner who welcomes your voice, even in disagreement, is gold. Embracing healthy conflict builds resilience and deeper intimacy. Number 6. Don't fully rely on him financially. Financial independence is about more than dollars. It's empowerment, security, and equality. Relying solely on a partner for money can seem romantic at first, especially if he insists, "Let me take care of you." But it often creates power imbalances. He might start dictating decisions, using finances as leverage in arguments, or leaving you vulnerable if things end. This dynamic can trap you in unhealthy situations, fearing financial ruin if you leave. Even in loving relationships, life happens. Job loss, illness, so shared responsibility is key. Women who maintain their own income report higher satisfaction and autonomy. Build your foundation. Invest in skills, savings, and career growth. Discuss money openly. Joint accounts for shared expenses, but keep personal ones. If he's discouraging your independence, question why. True partnership means both contributing, feeling secure together and apart. Number 7. Don't excuse his bad behavior. Rationalizing red flags is a slippery slope. You catch him lying, flaking, or disrespecting you, but you think, he's stressed, or that's just how he is. This stems from valuing his presence over your peace, often from low self-love or fear of loneliness. Excusing it normalizes harm, eroding boundaries and self-respect. Over time, it chips away at trust. Hold standards high, call out issues calmly, expect change. If patterns persist, prioritize yourself. You deserve reliability and kindness, not excuses. Number 8, don't isolate yourself. Relationships should expand your world, not shrink it. Dropping friends, skipping family time, making his circle yours. It happens gradually, but suddenly, he's your everything. If it ends, you're isolated. Maintain connections. They provide perspective, support, joy. Healthy partners encourage this. Schedule independent time. Nurture ties outside him. Balance keeps you grounded and attractive. Number 9, avoid uncomfortable intimacy. Intimacy thrives on mutual comfort and consent. Pressure for acts you're uneasy with, through guilt, manipulation, or dismissal, is wrong. Often influenced by media myths, it ignores your boundaries. Assert your limits without shame. A respectful partner listens. If not, it's a sign. Prioritize your well-being. True connection builds on trust. Bonus, Thakur 10. Never send naked selfies. Digital risks are real. Hacks, shares. Keep intimacy in person for safety. Wrapping up, these boundaries empower you to attract equal love. Reflect, implement one change today. You've got the power. Own it. See you next time. Character count, approximately 20,012.